It's been 6 months since this horrible shooting took place, and while an arrest has been made and the memorial's been taken down out here, for many people, the pain of what happened is still very raw.
Yeah, we heard the shots.
What did it
They go right by our house.
Heard the shots and saw the aftermath behind his house.
I was horrified.
5 women shot, 3 killed, a 19-year-old man in a relationship with one of the victims arrested for the shooting. The community horrified.
It breaks my heart to look at those young kids over there.
The News 3i team has been investigating what's happened in the past 6 months. Police say they've been working with community advocates like Stop the Violence team, who say they're trying to target the youth.
Educate them now, put them in a better direction now, so that they won't hopefully be influenced by the other type of criminal activities taking place in the community.
He says they took kids to a basketball game, are planning a youth forum in June, and plan to open outreach offices in some of the struggling neighborhoods. But what they'd like to see are more cameras, like what was put in downtown Norfolk after a deadly shooting in March that killed 2, including a reporter.
More visibility, everybody become more vigilant, and that will help reduce the crime.
Monet Johnson, a leader with New Virginia Majority, says different sections of town are treated very differently.
I think that Granby Street was a very good example of the city being like, you know what, something should be done about this. This is a big deal. And while both of those cases were Black women, the neighborhood was valued more. Granby Street is not somewhere where this is supposed to be happening. You know, we've invested money into this. We care about this.
She says she doesn't think enough has been done for Young Terrace.
When you neglect a community, this is what happens. When you disinvest in a community, this is what happens.
In February, the Norfolk Redevelopment Housing Authority sent their residents a letter signed by the police chief saying there's been an increase in drive-by shootings due to gangs. They encourage people to report crimes and not harbor criminals. The city of Norfolk directed our questions about changes since the mass shooting to the Norfolk Redevelopment Housing Authority, who said they'd be able to provide a statement on Wednesday.
A lot of times they like to point fingers at each other and be like, that's not my fault, you did that.
As for many who live here,
I just like to be safe for everybody, everybody, families and stuff, because we all out here together.
In Norfolk, Margaret Kavanaugh, News 3.
We follow this shooting closely since it happened. You can find all our previous coverage, plus what's being done by city and community leaders to try and curb gun violence at WTKR.com.